Hey everybody, today we're going to show you how to get started with the Eve Smart Home product. Hey everybody, welcome to Tink, and today, as I said, we're going to be talking to you all about the Eve Smart Home products that you can get started with. Again, this is not a starter kit, but these are a selection of the products that we think are the best to get yourself started with. And first things first, the most important thing about the Eve product is that you need to have an iOS device, as they're only compatible with Apple HomeKit. And once you have that set up, you are all set to get one of these Eve products that we have here. So why don't we get started with the Eve Motion Sensor. So it's as simple as that. This is all that comes in the box with the batteries and the motion sensor. So in no time, you can connect it to your Apple HomeKit device and you can get started. Some of the cool things you can do with the motion sensor is that you can connect it to all the other HomeKit enabled devices to set scenes so that you can monitor when you want something motion sensored, when you don't, as well as get notifications when something is set off. So this is a very useful way to trigger certain devices that you don't want to have to turn on and off. Or if you want to have go on or off on its own at different times of day or night. So now that we've got this Eve motion sensor out of the box, let's see how we can get this and the other two products working together in the Apple HomeKit. Okay, so now we've got our Eve light strip and our Eve Smart Energy plugged in. We've got a backup one, so this is the one we'll just keep on display here. And now we're going to get this Eve motion sensor all set up, and then we can see how all these different Eve products are controlled through the Eve app as well as the Apple HomeKit. So the first thing we need to do is open up the Eve app on your iOS device, and we see right away our two products that are already set up, the Eve Energy, which is controlling our little disco ball, and the light strip. And to add the motion sensor, all we have to do is go to Settings, then go to Accessories, and we hit the little plus sign right there on the app. And it's going to connect to whatever Eve devices are in the area of the iOS device. And we see we've got our motion sensor right here. So we're going to select that, and it's going to pair with the phone. And once it's paired, all you have to do is you take the phone, and with the camera on the iPhone or iPad, whatever you're using, you're going to find the label that's on the back of your device or on the side of it, wherever it is on the actual Eve device. And you're going to scan it with the camera. And once that's happened, it's going to start connecting again. And then we got a notification that the Eve Motion has been added. So we have put it in the studio. And let's keep it named Eve Motion, why not? And we want it set right now to, let's have it set to a medium level of sensitivity. And we want it to last, let's say, 30 seconds. This is depending on what type of scene you set, of course, for the product itself. If it's controlling your lights, if it's controlling a different accessory, you can control the time limit at which it allows it to be operational for. So let's just say 30 seconds, and that's before it resets. So we've got that all set up, and now it is added to our Eve app. So now we'll just move over to the Apple Home app, the HomeKit app. And we can see once we're in that, we've got the Eve Energy, we've got the Eve light strip, and we've got the motion sensor all set up. So now we can play around by turning some things on and off. For example, let's show off our fancy disco ball with the Eve Energy. Turn that on, turning our studio into even more of a party space than it already is. And we can turn that off if that's a little distracting. So let's keep that on just for fun. And then if we wanted to play around with the Eve light strip, we can either turn it on or off just with the touch of the button in the Apple HomeKit home screen. And if you want to see some of the other functions that you can have with a given Eve product, all you have to do is hold on that button. So we can turn this light back on. And then we'll hold on the button. And it brings us to a different menu where we see our light strip is at 100% brightness right now, so we can dim it. We can bring it back up. We can also change the color. So let's say we've got it on a blue right now. We can make it orange. We can make it white. Anything really. There's also this color wheel that we can play around with, so we can kind of spin it around the color wheel. So those are some of the things you can do with the different products in the Apple HomeKit app. Obviously, for some of the full customization aspects, you can move over to the Eve app, where you can set scenes, you can set different scenes for the motion sensor, as well as for the Eve Energy, which appliances you want to go on and off at different times of day. That stuff is more customizable in the Eve app. So this has been a very quick glance at some of the different Eve products that you can get started with in your home, whether it's a motion sensor or the Eve smart plug or the light strip. Any of these would be a great way to just get started by adding some smart home products from Eve to your home. If you have any questions, write them in the comments or check out tink.us for more information. And be sure to stay tuned to this YouTube page for another video on Eve. See ya!